What's up everyone, it's Coach Noble, and today we're going to be taking a look at the AWP and the fundamentals behind it. This video is geared towards players with little to no experience with it, so if you want a more in-depth guide, stay on the lookout for that in the future. AWPing in Valorant is one of the most unique playstyles out there. Unlike literally every other style, AWPing takes away your rifle and replaces it with a long-range sniper capable of one-shotting opponents from the waist up. I've always found that a good AWPer can single-handedly change the tide of the match, so this video is essentially a starting point for that. By the end of this workout, you will understand the basics of positioning, you'll have ways to practice, and you'll know the ideas behind AWPing. For our warm-up, we're once again going to be using Aim Labs. Aim Labs is a free software that can be downloaded from the Steam store and is a great way to train for competitive games. Once we start with the lesson, you'll quickly realize that the aim with the AWP is made up mostly of timing your shot. You'll find yourself holding specific angles, and instead of flicking left and right, it's mostly just waiting in a certain position for the enemy to peek. So with that, we're going to be using a drill called Timing Shot Ultimate. You find it by just searching it up in the Drills tab and even favorite it if you want to use it in the future. It's not 100% accurate to what you'll be doing in Valorant, but it's good enough to warm up the muscles we'll be using. Go ahead and do 5 runs of Timing Shot Ultimate for a total of roughly 5 minutes. Don't worry about the points you get, but if you do end up wanting to continue with it, you can take your average and try to add 15k as a goal to reach later on. Once you're done with that, we're going to be shifting over to a bit of a warm-up from our favorite physical therapist, Jenna.
Hey everyone, it's Jana Labari, physical therapist with MedStar Health. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a couple warm-up exercises to help get the blood flowing in the hands and fingers and to help improve your coordination and mobility. For the finger tap warm-up, start with your palm open. Lightly tap each finger to the thumb, starting with the index finger, and keep repeating on each finger for about 20 to 30 seconds. You can start slowly and keep increasing the speed as you go. This one is the finger extension warm-up. Start with your palms on a flat surface, and then starting with the thumb, extend each finger up and then back down to the table. Keep doing this on all of your fingers for about 20 to 30 seconds. Start slow and then keep increasing the speed as you go. That's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new and it was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.
Before we really even start to aim train or DM with the AWP, we're going to be jumping into a custom match to try and study the positions that an AWPer can be in. This is the most fundamental aspect of being an AWPer, understanding the various positions and angles that you'll be using in actual matches. I also want to make it clear that this drill will focus exclusively on defensive AWPing, as attack side AWPing can tend to be a bit different and require another video to explain. So again, keep on the lookout for that in the future. Now go ahead and load up into a custom map. If you're new, this can be found at the last game mode option in the top right, and be sure to turn on cheats in the options drop down menu before the match begins. This will allow you to have infinite money, time, abilities, etc. Regarding the map, now we're going to be starting with Icebox. Alright, so once you're actually in the map, we're going to be heading over to the B long area, and we're going to be using it as just a little bit of an example for drill number 1. Now there are many different ways to approach this area as an AWPer. For example, in this position right here, you can see that you're holding B exit from right outside of yellow. So B exit, B long exit, right around here, this whole angle. However, as you can see, you are also exposed if somebody were to walk up here, all the way up here, and it's a free kill for them the second they get into that position. So this may seem as something quite obvious, but the point of this drill is for you to sort of feel out these types of angles so you don't have to in actual matches. You have a sort of sixth sense with positioning, understanding where and what you're safe from, and where you need cover or support. With that being said, in the next few minutes, try and find 3 basic AWPing positions on each map, starting with Icebox. As you're going through them, I want you to follow along with the same ideas: positioning, what you're safe from, what you're exposed to, etc. Pause at every position and simply feel it out. Good positions for an AWPer are like having lineups for other characters. They give you a variety of angles for different situations. For the second drill, we're going to be honing in our mechanical skills with the AWP. Compared to the first drill, this was going to be really simple. We're just going to be hopping into a DM with the same idea of holding angles. For 3 matches, make your way to the same spots that you would be looking at in drill number 1, and simply try to hold them as if you were in an actual game. That's it. All this drill is meant to do is to get you familiar with the timings and the way you'll be holding angles in ranked matches. Keep in mind that because it is DM, enemies won't be moving exactly like they would in ranked, but it's a good start nonetheless. I would also recommend going for 20 kills each match just so that you know you're getting good practice. Don't worry if you don't reach this goal the first try though. For the next drill, we're going to be sticking with DM, but with a different style. Instead of holding passive angles and corners, we're going to be doing a complete 180 and honing in our ability to peek angles. Essentially, peek everything. For 3 matches, be as aggressive as you possibly can during DM. The idea behind this is to really get a feel for how you move, peek, and flick with the op. By doing this drill, you will gain confidence in your own abilities, and coupled with the 2 other drills, you'll be in a good position to start opping in actual matches. This will also give you some muscle memory with the certain shots that are common in Valorant. Once again, go for 20 kills while doing this drill. When it comes to scrimming and opping, the most important drill to remember is definitely going to be drill number 1. Positioning is everything. Keep in mind that all the various angles we looked at for each map, and try to use them as much as possible. If one is not working, always feel free to switch something up. That's where drill number 2 and number 3 come in. Hopefully with these drills, your confidence in the mechanics is a lot higher, and so you can make those quick decisions mid-match. At the end of the day though, the video is just an introduction into a style that has an insanely high skill ceiling. Because of that, the takeaway is definitely to keep on practicing. Real-life snipers have something called a dope book, which stands for data of previous engagements. That is what continuous practice with the op gives you. By sticking with it through highs and lows, you will hone your skills with one of the most impactful styles you can play in Valorant. Over time, you'll have so much data from past games with positions, situations, angles, that you'll never be caught off guard. So throughout the next week, try and play 2 matches of DM with the op before each game. You do this as a warm-up if you don't have one, or include it in your existing one. Do this just so that you know your muscle memory with the op isn't fading. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, good luck in your future matches, unless you're versing me.